Hi there, name is Morgat. In this tutorial, I will be teaching you how to make a simple administrator login using PHP and HTML, of course. I'll show you a quick example. Let me fire up Chrome. I have one set up already. Then I go to one. Then I go to my lab. And then I have a folder in login. I have a simple login page here. When you clear all the fields and you log in, there's wrong or empty username. I'm going to actually have this. The username is actually smog at. Then let me type in a wrong password, idiot, and I log in. It tells me correct username, wrong password. But what if I use a wrong username, right password? It still goes about telling me wrong or empty username, wrong or empty. This should actually be password, because my verification is that the user must exist before you can actually get the password. So let's start. That's all there is to it. Okay, let's go into WAMP www. Then I go to lab and I create a new folder, login, so I'll login sample, another folder, okay. Then I fire up notepad, notepad plus plus actually. File, save as, go to computer, WAMP www, and then lab, then login sample. So I'll just call this index.php. okay, clear the php, come and choose the save as type, php, then save. Okay, I'll be coding in HTML5, so let's try to follow along. You can use your normal HTML 4.0 or HTML1, but I'll be using HTML5. So I'll just be making a very simple layout here. Head, body, then title, simple body, title, coordinator, set, continuity, edit, then close that up. Come in here and open, edit, section, section, then body. I won't be using any style sheets because I want to make this as simple as possible. So within the header, I have an h1 tag for the title. So I'll just name this simple administrator login. Though many administrator login pages actually have a database that will be connected, but I want to make this as simple as possible. That's why I'm not using a database. I assume I already have a password that I want to match the values against. So I put a form within the form, action equals login.php, which we have not created. Then close the form, put this within paragraph, element of all methods of the form. Then we have p/p, then input type equals text, name equals write this. So I'll copy this and paste it twice. Then so we have this text and we have this to the username. We have this to the password. We have this to the submit. I will type of this to the password so that we won't be able to view the text, and we have this to the submit, and we change the value of this to login. So I actually add more information for the user, like the username, password, and that's what there is to it. Let's see this in Chrome. /lab, then we have login sample. Cool and good. But then we'll be creating more than one page, so, and we'll be repeating from year to year, that is from year to year. We'll be repeating that. So what we do is, I'll call this file savers. Let's call this, let me go within my includes folder. I'll call this header.php. Now this, just come here, cut this, paste it, and this left angle bracket, save it. Then I open a PHP target and say include header.php. We have that. To test if this is working, let's reload the page. You see, we still have the same thing. That shows that it is working. The next thing, without further ado, is to go to our login page. So all I have to do is create a new file here, then file, savers, come back here, login sample, and I'll call this login PHP. Now this is where we'll be carrying out a form validation. So what we want to do is include the header PHP includes / header.php. Now you can just, let's see, okay, nothing much. Okay, now first we want to be able to catch the values that are here over here. So we've linked the form. The action is actually to login.php. So how do we catch the values? The values, catching the values is quite simple. All you have to do is this: define a new variable, say username equals post. Post is actually an associative array for getting the values of each element within a form. So let's check the name we gave this here. We gave it the name username. I didn't mean it was a link. You could have used get, but this is actually from a form to a page. So password, because now I'm gonna use MD5. That's the character encoding will be given to our password. So it encodes the password immediately it gets onto the page. That's it. So let's just print this. Say echo your enter username, little space here, username dot password. Okay, let's check that out. Honestly, Okay, let's check that in a minute. On line 4. Okay, I get where the problem is. There, let's go back, reload. Undefined index, undefined. Okay, let's go back, undefined index. Oh, I get it. It should be password index, and this should be username. Let's check that. Let's see what happens. Oh my god. Username. Oh, sorry, I get it. The method here should be close that up. Method equals post. Now that should work just fine. Okay. Enter the username smart password encoded in MD5. Now we are good to go. The next thing I'm going to do, let's clear or comment this out. Let me just comment that out. Is create an array that is going to store all our errors. So just say errors equals an empty array. Now to start the form validation, let's check if the elements are empty or not. So say if empty username or empty password. Just want to store a value within the array. Just say errors using this stores the value at the end of the array, which actually means the beginning of the array or something. So let's just say empty else if okay the username not equal the preset username we want, small hat, not equals, exclamation is from not equals, then say errors equals user. That means we have error with the user. Else if the username equals small hat, we have the right user, but and password not equal MD5. Remember, that's our encoding. Apara Ibukun. It means we have errors. We have error with the password. Now just going to carry out a simple validation now. So we just do it for each loop. For each errors as error, which means it stores the value of each. It stores each of the value within the array in this new variable error. So nothing. If error equals empty or error equals user, just get the word out and say echo here or both fields are empty. Okay, another thing we can do is this. Before that, we can actually check if there is error or not. So if empty, errors, that is there is no or there are no errors. If empty errors, create a session for the user. Just say session, create a session and just give it a name. Let's say user equals username. We have that. Else, that is the session is empty. We have this. All well and good. So we can now go for our for each loop. Nice. Now either one or both of the fields are empty. Let's take a break there. Enter does not exist. You can use something better. I try to use this just to shorten my codes and to make it less boring for you. Alright, if error equals empty, now else if error equals password, just put the one I can say echo your username was correct but something is wrong. Password you enter. Okay, let's check and see how this is working. Let me leave both empty and login. Either one or both of the fields are empty or the username you entered does not exist. Exactly what we wanted. Okay, the right username but the wrong password. I'm just typing random numbers. Login. The username was correct but something is wrong with the password you entered. And I will go back now. Let's get going. What I like to do now is, for these errors, I want the user to fill in the details they've missed out. So what I'm going to do is this. Okay, I'm just going to else. Okay, for this. Okay, then after that, if there are no errors, either location index.php will catch that just in a minute, but let's be through with the validation on this page. So I'll create another form that's actually going to submit to itself. Okay, I'm within I'm actually within PHP there. So I'll just snap out of the PHP and just go HTML. Action equals login.php. Okay, let me stop myself too much. Header index.php. I'll just copy this, and place it here. Okay, bring this out a bit, shift tab, and I am satisfied. What I will do now is to carry out the form validation. So I'm going to create 4 more variables. One will start for the star that will be given to the username and the password, if they are correct or not, and the message you want to get out. So let me start creating that now. I'll just say star u for username. I'll just say this because star equals, okay, let me just use dates. And this is star equals border 1 pixel solid red, because that means danger. I'll just copy that for the user. The same thing for the password. They have the same style, but the messaging will actually be different. So message, because wrong either user does not exist, either user does not exist, or the field is empty. Then that's message for the user. Then now we have wrong password. Okay, all well and good. Save that up. This won't do anything right now, so I'm just going to copy this, then and come down here. Now nothing is actually wrong with the user, so we just change this to 1 pixel solid green. So, and the user is actually correct username but wrong password. That remains the same. So all we have to do is just come down here and just say php echo star u. Another thing we want to do is to be able to catch back the values they've entered. So catching the values they've entered, so that might not be necessary. I'll be catching for just the username, I won't be catching for the password. So I'll just say value equals php echo username, and that's all there is to it. Now for the password, I'll just say php echo star p. Man, and that's all there is to it for now. Let's check that out. There's no mistake. You see, both fields are left empty. Now the next thing we're going to do is remove this and replace it with our messages. Remove this also and replace it with, so it now be php echo message you, message for user, and yeah, php message p. Now I see that in a minute. Reload, continue. You see either user does not exist or the field is empty, then yeah, wrong password. So let me try logging in with the right username and a wrong password. You see, correct username, wrong password, good to go. You'll see. Now what if we enter the right username, the right password? So I'm just going to come back to my index.php and set a condition. Now come down here and just say php, let's say now if is set session user, it's on the same page as routine in PHP. Session user, let's say echo you are logged in as the session user. Okay, else load up the form. Let's come down here. So and aside that, we'll be providing a link for them to log out. Just to break that, so I'll just say echo a href equals log out dot php log out. Okay, bam. And that was it. We're done. We're getting done. Now let me enter the right password. Right password. Let me just copy that from here. This is sample. Okay, we are back. It's actually taking us back to index.php. That means there must be something wrong somewhere. If we set session user, okay, login.php session. Let me just copy this. Copy. Let's echo session user. Okay, I don't know what's wrong right now. I'll just look at that in a minute. On line 3. Yeah, so that can not really. Yeah, send it. We're good to go. Line 3. Okay, then and that is it. Okay, it's still not popping up what I want. Yes, set session user. Okay. Now I get it. Before you actually use the session, you have to start the session. So let's just come up here and start the session. So just say session start. It's as simple as that. Then copy. Save up. Come here so and start the session. Now we're good to go. Login. You're logging as log out, then log out. We don't have our logout page yet. Now we'll set that up in a minute. No. Save as. Logout. .php. What we'll be doing is not complex on this logout page. We don't have any validation. All we want to do is just log the user out and redirect them to the home page. So we just have php. Just have session start, and surprisingly session to show any session that has been created for the user. Now let's go. Then application class index.php. Let that out, reloading and log out. You see, we are good to go. Enter your own password, enter the right password, login. We are logging as well now. Log out. And that's all. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.